thank you very much for coming. It really is fantastic to see this big a group here on the first day of world's greatest event. I think that we normally say world's greatest aviation event, but from our point of view, just world's greatest event probably covers it. It's been a long, long time that we've been coming to Oshkosh, and I really can never quite get over the feeling of being here. I know I'm supposed to talk about airplanes and stuff like that, but I want to talk about Oshkosh for a minute. This is the center of the universe as far as I'm concerned, and nothing is better than being at Oshkosh this week of the year. And obviously, as being part of Oshkosh, we love to be here and show off new things and talk about what we're doing as a company. Cirrus first exhibited here in 1987. So that makes about 20 years that we've been displaying, and even longer that Dale and I have been wandering around out here dreaming about what we could build, and gradually collecting a team around of us that have done the same kind of dreaming. So it's really fun to always come back to Oshkosh to announce things. So obviously, from a growing the market point of view, we have now a jet. We've got an SR-22 family. We've already announced the supersonic vertical takeoff transatlantic airplane. It's not ready yet. But as we look at filling out this family of airplanes, obviously there's the other side of the spectrum that we look at. How do we take the SR-22 and the SR-20, the things we've done in our base models for personal transportation, and continue to make them easier and more accessible and lower price? Well, for a lot of people, what that means is LSA. We've always been interested in making sure that we have lower cost aircraft. But in looking at the LSA market, the need to grow the training side and the fun side of flying, we've paid attention to it. For a number of years, we've been evaluating and talking with other people in the industry because, as I said, we don't have time to design it. So in this case, we've decided we're going to introduce an LSA. It's just not going to be one that we design. So this is our introduction now of what we expect as the basis for a Cirrus LSA. This airplane is an airplane that's currently available in Europe as the FK-14 Polaris. It meets their ultralight standards, what we often call microlight standards here, and is not an LSA airplane yet, so it's lighter weight than LSA. So what our task is over the next 12 months or so, we'll be working with FK to design an LSA airplane based upon this that actually is a little bit higher gross weight. And this is an interesting problem. Think about this while I say this. We have to figure out how to make it go slower. But the airplane is therefore not LSA compliant yet. We'll be working with Peter Funk and his team at FK to meet LSA requirements, meet the inevitable product liability concerns that a company like Cirrus would have from a Part 23 perspective, which means do a whole Part 23 evaluation, not certification. And then, and we've toyed a lot with the word on how to say this, and I'll just say the word that we use internally, even though I recognize that it's an awkward term. Cirrusize the airplane. Don't you just hate that? Cirrusize the airplane. What we need to do is take this airplane and it's a great start. It's very compatible with the Cirrus family, but continue to add to the airplane so that it's LSA compliant, Part 23 evaluated, and Cirrusized. Now what it has, obviously, to start with, from our opinion, is very good looks. Some people don't like the looks of our other airplanes, but we do. So that kind of fits the family. It's a lot of fun to fly. It's got great handling, so that fits the family. But there are other features that we still need to work on. And as two trivial little examples, it doesn't have a step on it yet, but we're counting on the step to create lots of drag to help slow the airplane down and make it easier to get in and out of. And it has finger brakes, which a lot of the airplanes in Europe do, but which we don't think is as highly desirable in the U.S. But other than those kinds of changes, it's a composite airplane with a parachute, and great visibility that's fun to fly. We believe it adds a lot of utility to the idea of a Cirrus airplane, as well as a lot of fun. Obviously, this is about expanding the family. The natural question would be why. The obvious answer would be we all need to grow this industry. It is essential to grow this industry, and LSAs, sport aircraft, two-seat, lower-cost, introductory airplanes are an essential part of that.